Her name was Pam, and you're going to say her name before you die. I just want to know whose bright idea it was for Michael B. Jordan to hold his damn breath underwater that long. Why? Welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss Without Remorse, available right now on Amazon Prime. Now, this movie stars Michael B. Jordan, and it's your typical everyday action-packed film. But these films always interest me and really make me laugh for the wrong reasons, because we keep getting this recycled story. Now, we love to hear, there's nothing new under the sun. Support the film, girl, you expecting too much. We could still have the same film and at least give this character a different motivation. But since we get the same characters with the same motivation, it's the same movie. Before we get into what I thought about this movie, what I was laughing at and shouldn't have been, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that, and then we're going to come back and discuss all things pregnant wives. You think you finna be in this thriller slash action slash military slash ass movie and live your best life as a pregnant person out here? No, girl, you pregnant and you a wife? You got to die. You got to go. He needs a purpose. Have hopefully subscribed to see more of me. Let's get into this movie. Now, unlike most people out there, I'll go and wave my white flag. I am not as, invested in Michael B. Jordan as a leading man. Now, we did, get familiar with him in, a villain-ass tough role with him playing Killmonger in the Black Panther, but he just, I don't know, he's like cute. He just don't do it for me. Like, he don't give me, I'm putting cases on all you bitches. He don't give me, sit your $5 ass down before I make change. He just does not do that for me. He's just handsome and cute and eye candy on screen. So when we get, him being tough on screen, it just don't be doing it for me, y'all. But that's neither here or there. I'm still watching. So we get into this Without Remorse film, and we meet Mr. John Kelly. He's super ops. We get into the military of it all, them going on a mission, them using the opening to set the tone for the film and to really show you how tough John Kelly is. And it is, it does a good job of showing he's that dude. I did like the opening. I did, for the most part, like all the action that this movie had to offer. That's about all it had to offer. But when we get, into, the story, and we get into all the protagonists here, they go out of their way. This dude right here, they go out of their way, like as soon as it starts, to make this an unlikable character. And it's just like, I was all in my feels. Like, if y'all gonna try to set this up to where this guy's actually the villain, you guys are doing a horrible job. And I'm so glad that, towards the end of the film, they didn't go that easy route, but they almost had me for a second. But it does a really good job. The opening does a really good job of setting the tone of, John Kelly's standards, because it's kind of like a no man left behind scenario and all these things. Like, he's that dude, and though the mission isn't what they thought it was, and they're there and it's involving Russians, and he feels a little smited, they're trying to scale back and go home and live their best lives, because John Kelly has a wife. A pregnant wife. Oh, here we go. This trope as old as time that I feel like it just sets these movies, it set the movie up like just not for failure, but it's just like, come on, how many times I can go back as far as, movies like Gladiator and I will have my vengeance. You killed my wife. We get that, his motivation, his wife. And then we get into movies like, Taken, where the motivation, it took the daughter and the wife and the whole thing, all the way to Taken 3. And then we get into, older films, like you remember Mad Max? Not like the new one. The old Mad Max, the first one with Mel Gibson, and they killed the wife, and that was his motivation. I don't understand why. Even, with hell, Deadpool and like Batman, our superhero, we have to kill off these wives, these children, these girlfriends, just to give this character some motive. Oh, see, now I'm mad. We don't have to keep repeating this same cycle because it just feels like we're looking at the same film. And especially with this film and just the premise of how it was going with him and the cop. Was anybody else getting Death Wish? I was getting Death Wish. And Death Wish is about as old as dirt. I wasn't there. I wasn't nowhere when, that came out. But, I am a fan of, the Death Wish franchise, and it went on and on. This was totally giving me Death Wish and him wanting his vengeance. And if we're going to go the Death Wish route and the, ooh, they killed my wife route, my pregnant wife, why we got to keep having this conversation? Give us some time with No. They give us no time with No. They give us no time with Lauren London for us to just, they killed his wife. We have seen it, so many times that you have to, go above and beyond for us to really feel it. You had to give me it was a little pinch of John Wick going on. I need to feel for your wife and child harder than I felt for John Wick when he lost his dog, which I know is hard to do. I need that level of empathy for this situation, because anything below that is just giving me tired. But we get into, the family life, and, I'm not doing any more tours, and I'm cutting back from the military. I just want to live a nice, quiet life. And, we get 5 minutes with her and the family and the pregnancy of it all, at which we get, the Russians trying to come back. At this point, we just think, it's a revenge plot. You came to us and killed some army, and we're coming, to attack. We're going to get into the ending of this film and what they tried to do, and we're going to get into that. But, we get a little bit of time to rub the belly and to get a gist of their marriage. With that, I just wish we would have really set into Lauren London and the, the whole pregnancy. We really didn't need to get a lot of screen time with her. She didn't have a lot of lines. She was there, she was pregnant, then she was dead. But it's at that point of the wife actually dying that we get the best of what this movie has to offer. It's not doing anything outstanding as far as, the concept, the roles. But action-wise, him and the action scenes and how they were shot, they were really great. They did a really good job of setting, the tone and the tension for, Michael B. Jordan, John Kelly's a badass. And him coming in and, taking out, which, is a thing in itself, because you have it set up to where your character kind of looks invincible. And it's like, well, damn, is he a robot? But they set it up to where, he gets there and he's crawling and he sees the Russian's face and it's just so intense. And it's like, oh, she did. Damn it. And then we didn't go that extra mile because we have an R rating here. I was waiting on them to, pull back those covers and for us to see that wife just slain. Send it all home for me. We ain't scared of the violence. We show us some of that. I need something to give, some empathy for this wife, for this, this daughter, for what could have been for John Kelly. I wanted to see those things. I wanted to see him see those things, but we never show that. We just cut to him waking up. All right. So now that we've left that, we've killed off every character that we started with, I was like, damn. Y'all didn't even give, the team 5 minutes to be on screen. It was like, bop, hit by a car, bop, shot up, and damn, all right. Thought they was going to have a little bit more time, but Yeah, everything was quite rushed here, but it's to be expected because we're trying to get to that grief and get to that death of, we're trying to get, this ain't about Troy, we're trying to get to John Kelly. But we get into, him being saved, of course, and him it was so rushed. We get into, his officer, command, whoever, lieutenant, whatever, Greer, old chick from Queen and Slim. I did not watch Queen and Slim. I got, vibes off of it, and I just never watched it, but I know her, she's in that. But we get into her and them grieving for the wife, and it's just like, it was so fast. I was like, oh my goodness, like, he's, on go of, what I need to do, and I want my revenge. And we get into, Lieutenant Greer, being briefed on the information. They couldn't have set up a better way for our villainess, is it him or is it, y'all couldn't set that up better than that. As soon as we met, with man in charge, it was just like, it's either him or him. This is clearly a setup. And the movie had nothing to offer as far as plot wise. Like, it was pretty, run of the mill, no outstanding characters, no outstanding acting here on anybody's part. I mean, except for, when we got, Michael B. Jordan going back to the, the crime scene, to the house, and besides that, we didn't get nothing. I was laughing at that part, when he had his breakdown, and I know you weren't supposed to laugh at that, but it was a lot of this going on. Like, he just was supposed to look so distressed, and I'm like, we wouldn't have to put so much emphasis on this moment if we had, properly spent real time developing Lauren London's character as a real life character, and we didn't just kill her off so quickly. We would have felt it without him, having the need to, I loved it. I love, when they do the shirt pull in the movies. Oh my God. Yeah. But apart from that, we do get really intense scenes where they try to, have some sort of originality when he, tracks the man trying to get in touch with, the Russian that was left in the house, and slams into the car and sets the car on fire and jumps into the car. It was like, oh, wow. Like, okay, that's different. I can mess with that. When we got that scene, I was hoping for more of that and more originality, because you can't really stretch this so far, especially when you're not really trying to do much different with your story. When we got that, I was like, wow, I really hope we get, more drastic scenes like that, just because it's something different. And it's like, this is, giving us the Without Remorse of the Without Remorse film. He has no, regard for his life, this man's life in this car. Like, I want answers. I'm trying to see who killed my wife. Like, it was very, vengeful. I love that. And then when he got arrested and, like, got out immediately, it was like, oh. I was hoping, to get more time with him in this Russian prison, and, him calculating ways to survive amongst that. I wanted to see, just how far it was going to go. Like, how long is he going to be able to maintain under these conditions? And we get, that really intense fight scene, and that whole, like, when the stakes really got high, and he's like, anyone comes in here, I'm snapping necks. And then the marshal shows up. She's like, yeah, you can trust him. He about to take you out. We could have spent, 15 more minutes up in there. Just something. But when we get into this character, setting this guy up to look like he's shady, like, and they did it, so well and so often, like, he was unlikable as soon as he showed his face. So when you're, adding the dots together, that John Kelly is adding up, like, no, you said this, you didn't disclose this information, you're trying to make it, set up to know that I don't know what I'm talking about. I know that this is the guy that was in my house. You don't want me to be on the team, blah, blah, blah. It was like, now, I was really hoping that they would go, that extra route when Lieutenant or whatever Greer said, I don't think he's fit, to be in the field. I don't think he needs to go on this mission. I was really hoping they would go the route of it being her the whole rearrange some things around on this board to get, I'm sorry, y'all, me always complaining, wanting new stuff and different storylines. But, it's me. Y'all can go and drop down and tell me about how I'm tripping and this was good. Like, you don't know. What do you like? You must like Tyler Perry movies. No, I hate that shit. But we get into, the guy who's, the good guy. No, I think he's very fit to go on this mission. Because, ain't nobody like me. Hold on. Ain't nobody like me. I was like, okay. But he goes, and once they set it up to where the guy's like, you guys can fly on the plane alone. I'll meet you later. It's like, y'all really gonna go this route? Don't go this route. Because at this point, I thought, the guy and the other guy, I didn't even take the time to know these people's names. I just didn't. I didn't care. I thought they were in cahoots together and they were working and conspiring against him. But once they get there and we get into that plane, like, oh my goodness. Like, I can get into, all the things, anything under the sun that you guys want to do on land. When we get into things like planes going down and, no, we can't let go of the equipment. Ain't no mission without the equipment. I'm going to get it. Once we get into scenes like that and we get into movies like this and they go underwater, like, if you don't have, some type of scuba gear, something to maintain your life underwater, these scenes just always take me out at how long they make these people hold their breath. And with this scene, it was pushing it. So when we got it again the second time later, I was like, are you kidding me? When he goes and, I'm getting the equipment and they just really, I like these scenes because they go and they show, oh my God, he's a badass. Like, he's not, I ain't taking no shorts. We ain't leaving. We came here for a mission. I'm trying to, avenge my wife. I want this guy dead. We're going to do this. We need these products to do this. I'm going to do this. Go under the water and down and diving. Really intense. Yes, give it to me. Go and over exaggerate as much as you need to. But when we get into the, the carry the one and the breath and you're like, oh, held your breath for a long time, didn't you? And when we get into the relationship between, Lieutenant Greer and the John Kelly, was it just me or did you feel more of a dynamic relationship between them two than you felt between him and his actual wife? Now, we did get those really, really brief dream sequences, but there was so much chemistry there between them and, like the no man left behind, I got your back situation. It kind of went beyond, friendship, lieutenant, ops, whatever. For me, it was just like, I can't wait. And I was like, so they gonna kiss or too soon? Oh, okay. Now, when we get into, this guy isn't what we thought he was. It's, it was a mix-up. Someone, shot the plane down. Someone's trying to set us up. And this goes beyond just being, I'm going to avenge my family scenario. This is when things got like, I was like, why are we trying to get all diplomatic? Now, I do want some change and some things to be different, but it turned into a different film. Like, you wait until the end of the film, really midway ending of the film, to give the character a new motivation and snatch back the motivation that we were following. I was like, it's too late for this. This could have been a motivation in itself if you wanted to get all diplomatic and make America great again and have this beef between the Americans and the Russians. And this is, they're trying to start a war. Like, then it just became, a shootout and a task to get the team out. They see me as a felon. I'm a felon. I can die here. I was like, oh, really? You can die here? So now you gonna die? He ain't gonna die. But when we finally, find this Russian that we've been looking for the entire time, and he finesses that into, this is meant to happen, and he's, this is for my country, and he's gonna blow up this. I was like, where did this come from? Like, I was ready to see some more action, ready to see some whoop ass. I'm trying to see some whoop ass. But, they didn't want to give us no whoop ass. They turned it into diplomatic, and this is for our country, and we just need to get out of here free and clear before this starts a bigger war that we have no control of. It was like, oh, did y'all see, it was confirmed for me towards the ending, but looking at the hotel or wherever they were with all the shooting, that shooting that went on forever and people was just getting shot left and right. It's like, well, damn, just just stay down. The whole scenario there, it was very much giving me Leon, the professional, them being held up in the building. Just the way that the building was styled, the staircasing, the hallway. It looked like Leon to me. Was it just me? Y'all seen Leon? It was giving me Leon. And once we got to, the end, and I was like, yeah, that was Leon. But we get into him, being the super soldier and, trying to protect and get them out and, protect Greer. Because, we're trying to protect her. We got to protect Karen. I was waiting on something to pop off between them. But after we get into that and it's just him, being a singular person on the roof trying to survive, it's just like, where do we have left to go? Like, we ain't gonna get no whoop ass, so ain't no more intense fight scenes. Ain't no more setting cars on fire and opening the door and pop, pop, pop. So we're just left with that. And it's, supposed to be really intense of, will they or won't they? Will they escape? Will he get away? Is John Kelly gonna die? Hell no. I mean, we do get a little action between, him and other, soldiers trying to, capture him and kill him. But it didn't really have any death because we saw, this entire film, that he was an invincible AI robot from the future. So he wasn't gonna die. And then once he, causes that whole mirage and tries to blow up that and got into the soldier's clothes and got into that goddamn ambulance, I was like, no, you're not finna Matilda Leon this situation. You can't Leon this situation. Don't try this on somebody who does not know Matilda. Don't be trying to Leon this situation. Child, when he got, I was like, well, damn, is somebody gonna come back behind him and pop him? Like, let me know. Cause I was like, y'all can't get that kind of, uproar out of me. Anytime I could watch The Professional today or tomorrow. And every time, Leon's almost walking out and takes off that mask and he's like this close to getting to Matilda and goddamn Gary Oldman comes behind him and shoots him. Oh, my heart. Y'all can't get that kind of rise out of me for John Kelly. But they tried it. And of course, because he's always there to save her, she didn't leave him behind. Karen wasn't leaving him behind. She's there to save him and, patch him up. John Kelly. But it's at this point, that they return to the U.S. and, he has that conversation with the guy who's like, we got some money and we'll try to get to the bottom of this. And I was wrong about you. Whatever. But we get to him returning and it's very, rushed at this point because it's like him coming. We knew when he was, coming to meet old dude at the bar. It was a whole setup in the bathroom. Like, aha, ha. You knew the answer to that, and I didn't even say everything. That wasn't in the file. Chokehold. It was very quick. Like, we were trying to wrap this up and end the joke. Girl, we're trying to get to this without remorse trilogy, okay? We won't need all of this. And when he captures him and makes it all, diplomatic in World War I and the country is lost and, this whole make America great again type scenario, I was like, then he dies and goes over and, you're going to say her name before you die. I was like, who? Pam? In my Martin voice? Pam? You want to say Pam? Okay. And it's, any weight that scene held, it was like done when I'm like, he didn't have no special attachments on him. So for him to go into the car and he's holding his breath and he has a whole, flashback and he's in the water for what seems like hours. And of course, Greer is there with her scuba gear because, she's not an AI robot from the future. And, gets him out of there. And he recorded the whole thing and it's just supposed to be like this big moment. It's like, oh, okay. But we end off with, this mock funeral. And I was really hoping that wasn't for our benefit to go, oh, he died? God damn it. We already knew you didn't die. We didn't need that whole flashback and flash forward of her actually coming to save you and you not ascending off into heaven with your pregnant wife. We knew you didn't die. We just had that little eulogy and everything with the family. We was like, fuck the family. It was like, oh, I thought it'd be a bigger turnout. Like, you asshole. Just held no weight. And, you know, we end off with him getting his new, you know, his passport and license to travel and, you know, fuck shit up and leave. I don't know. It's, yeah. But you guys, that was my review for Without Remorse. This movie was without originality. With the action, it does have, you know, some things to offer from an action standpoint. I wish we would have got more of you. You're going to go over the top? Take your ass over the top. Let's just go. Let's get into the action. If we're going to have these same tired ass storylines, give me something to look at, you know, besides his little, we know Michael got abs. I don't care about that. Creed 11. He's going to have abs then. I just, you know, let's just switch it up. But, you know, that's me asking for too much. I should have just enjoyed this film. But that was my review, you guys. Drop down. Tell me what you thought. Tell me how I get the little trolls in here. Girl, this is amazing. You don't know what you talk about. Why you got this channel? You can get the fuck out of here. But I'll see you guys next time. Let's keep the conversation going. Bye.